Welcome to another edition of The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are diving into something that is just crucial for anyone running off-grid solar systems. We're going to unpack the hidden dynamics of water pumping. You know, a lot of folks think, hey, I've got my solar panels, I've got my batteries, I just plug in the numbers and I'm good to go, right? Well, not exactly. There is a massive reality check waiting for us the second the sun goes down. So let's dive right into this and uncover what is actually happening inside your energy storage over a full 24-hour cycle.
Okay, so here's the big question we need to tackle right off the bat. Does pumping time actually matter? It's super common to just assume that energy draw is exactly the same no matter when that water pump kicks on. Like a watt hour at noon is exactly the same as a watt hour at midnight, right? Well, today we are going to challenge that assumption head on. As you'll see, treating pump runtime as just this fixed static daily number, it's a huge oversight in system design.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to start with the static math trap, look at daytime solar pumping, and then shift into nighttime battery dependency. After that, we'll stack up the hidden losses, and finally tie it all together with real-world system risks. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the static math trap, and why theoretical averages completely fail us. So look at this formula. Watt hours equals voltage times amp hours. We've all seen it. It's the classic energy calculation that pretty much everyone starts with. And yeah, it is the core mathematical relationship. But treating this equation as a static fixed daily draw, that is a massive trap. So many solar education channels will show you this basic math, but they almost never connect it to what happens during an actual 24-hour cycle. They frame it like it's a simple math worksheet instead of a living, dynamic flow of energy.
So, what does that simple math actually miss? Well, honestly, a whole lot. It completely ignores the cumulative stress on your batteries from high-frequency, partial night cycling. It totally underestimates inverter standby drain over those long, quiet night hours. It fails to separate that massive initial pump startup surge from the steady-state running draw, and it overlooks voltage sag during low charge conditions. Plus, it completely fails to account for how a battery management system, your BMS, behaves when it's repeatedly hit with deep evening discharges. These aren't just nitpicky details, these are literally the things that will bring an entire system down.
Real quick refresher, your depth of discharge, your DOD, is simply the inverse of your state of charge. So as your remaining battery capacity drops, your depth of discharge climbs. Keep a really close eye on this DOD metric as we move forward. It is absolutely key to understanding the sheer amount of stress your system is under at night. Moving on to Section 2, daytime solar pumping, the active energy assist. Now, during the day, we get this amazing active energy assist where solar generation offsets the load directly. This is the absolute ideal scenario. During daylight hours, your solar array can supply a huge chunk, or even all, of the pump's electrical demand. Because of this direct offset, the battery's discharge is massively reduced. Actually, depending on your charge controller's logic, the battery drain might be entirely paused. Your battery's basically getting a free ride here. Just look at the massive difference here between daytime and nighttime battery drain. The total pump demand, that stays exactly the same. But daytime battery drain is incredibly low because the sun is actively doing the heavy lifting. This shallow cycling during the day keeps your overall depth of discharge super low, which, as we know, is a total game changer for the lifespan and stability of your entire system. But you know, the sun always goes down. Which brings us to Section 3, nighttime battery dependency, and the 100% reliance shift. I really want you to compare these two completely different energy pathways. We're talking about the exact same battery system, right? But it's behaving in two totally fundamentally different ways. On the left, daytime gives us solar offsets, replenished energy, nice shallow cycling. But on the right, nighttime means a sudden 100% reliance shift to the battery as your only energy source. There is zero solar offset, none. Which means every single time that pump kicks on, your depth of discharge takes a hit. Every single watt comes straight out of your stored energy. Let's map this out across a full 24-hour timeline to really put it in perspective. Morning hits, the solar assist wakes up. By afternoon, you're at peak output, your battery is totally happy, and your pump is practically running directly off the sun. But then we hit the evening and we see that battery shift. By midnight, you are in full-on battery drain territory. As the night drags on and the pump keeps cycling, your state of charge continuously drops and your depth of discharge just climbs higher and higher. Which leads us into Section 4, stacking up hidden losses and the dreaded nighttime vampire drains. Here is the kicker, and this is so important. Your nominal energy,
You know, that big number printed right on the side of your battery box is not what actually reaches your water pump. Every time the pump runs in the dark, the battery isn't just cleanly discharging to the load. Nope, you're losing power to inverter efficiency losses. You're losing power to wiring resistance. You're even losing power just trying to overcome the internal resistance of the battery cells themselves. Once you carve out all those tiny hidden losses, your net usable watt hours are way, way lower than your nominal watt hours.
Let's physically walk through the steps this energy takes at night. Step 1, the battery supplies the nominal power. Step 2, that power immediately has to fight its own internal resistance just to get out of the battery. Step 3, it travels down your wiring, where some of that precious energy literally bleeds off as heat. And finally, step 4, your inverter has to convert that power, which introduces active conversion losses, plus that continuous standby drain while it waits for the pump to cycle again. All of this is bleeding away your energy before a single drop of water even moves. Crazy, right? And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Real-World System Risks, and exactly what happens when the math breaks down.
Let's ground this in reality. What are the actual consequences? Well, when you combine undersized cables with that massive startup surge of a pump at night, you trigger a severe voltage drop. What about repeated nighttime load cycling, where the pump kicks on and off for hours? That triggers straight-up dangerous thermal buildup in your connectors. And as your battery depletes without the sun there to help, you risk an abrupt stoppage. Why? Because your inverter hits its low-voltage shutdown threshold way before the battery is technically empty.
Now, here is a fascinating engineering reality. BMS protection events can actually mask underlying system undersizing issues. Think about it. Your system might look perfectly sized on a spreadsheet using that static math we talked about earlier. But out in the real world, it's repeatedly slamming into the LiFePO battery management cutoffs all night long. The system shuts down to protect itself, but the root cause isn't a bad battery. Actually, scratch that, it's almost never the battery. The root cause is that the cumulative nighttime draw was just totally underestimated. Because of everything we've just talked about, safety absolutely has to come first. Getting this sizing wrong can lead to overheating, sudden shutdowns, or permanent battery damage. You've got to match your inverter ratings not just to a daytime peak load, but to sustained nighttime discharge behavior. Monitor your wiring for heat. Always account for cumulative degradation from those constant shallow night cycles. And listen, electrical work is no joke. It's dangerous. Always consult a qualified professional when you're designing or modifying these setups.
If you take absolutely nothing else away from our explainer today, let it be this quote right here. Timing matters just as much as total energy consumption. When you're comparing daytime and nighttime pumping, you aren't just comparing convenience. You are comparing a safe, solar-assisted load against a highly stressful, 100% battery-dependent drain. Grasping this dynamic energy flow, that is the secret to designing a truly bulletproof off-grid setup.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on as you evaluate your own gear. Is your system just sized for the daytime peak, or is it truly sized to survive the night? Take a really hard look at your 24-hour cycle, factor in those hidden vampire losses, and make sure your math actually reflects reality. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.